Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you memories of me being in my mother's womb. Now, you might think I'm a little crazy. My wife might think you're right. But I legitimately am convinced that I have memories being in my mother's womb. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I remember. At the end of the video, I'm going to share with you some anecdotal evidence that I am not a lunatic. So what do I remember about my mother's womb? I was in this very dark, comfortable place where it was nice and snug and warm. I could hear noises in the background, what sounded like people talking. I think I could perceive some form of light. It was like this very dark red light. I could remember hearing my mother's heartbeat. Other than that, I don't remember a whole lot being inside the womb. I do vaguely remember, I believe, being born. Like just being squeezed really tight and then crying. I've had this memory with me throughout, I feel like, my entire life. I don't believe it was a false memory. I'm subject to infantile amnesia just like the rest of us are. For whatever reason, I've got this very distinct formative memory. So you might think I'm crazy. I know it sounds a little crazy. If I didn't experience myself, I don't know if I would believe it, but I went online and I searched and I found that I'm not the only person who's had this kind of an experience. There's dozens of other people who have commented on forums and threads, on Reddit, on Facebook groups, on Quora, who have had similar experiences. They're not all the same, but there does seem to be a common thread that people report having memories of being very comfortable in a very dark environment, sometimes perceiving the color red, sometimes hearing their mother's heartbeat. Okay, so I'm just going to read for you a few comments I found online on public forums like Reddit. Mose was the visionary said, "I remember clearly there being a time before I was present in this world when everything was dark and warm. The sensation was that of being in some sort of dark, encompassed cave that was extremely comfortable. But at the same time, I couldn't really sense anything physically. It was almost as if I had awakened from a deep sleep but was too groggy to fully comprehend what was happening." I can relate to that. That sounds pretty similar to kind of how I felt. Rebecca Sherrick, she's one of those super duper intelligent people who can remember, have autobiographical memory. And she was interviewed and said, "I can remember having my head tucked in my legs and being in a dark environment. I was comfortable and content, but I didn't really think much about my surroundings or my existence." Lady Stardust says, "My 5-year-old tells me he remembers being in my tummy. He said he remembers seeing lots of red light coming through." So I feel like it's generally accepted in the scientific community and child development that you can't remember memories before you're, 2, 3, 4 years old. I do think there's a lot of anecdotal evidence that people can, especially if they have traumatic experiences. I don't have an exceptional memory. Anyone who knows me would probably call my memory non-exceptional. I have a hard time recalling information, but for whatever reason, I have this memory that I can remember of being in the womb. At least that's what I feel like the memory is of. I also vaguely remember being breastfed by my mom, but that is a memory that I think, my brain synapses have been pruned out or whatever, because I can't remember that anymore. But I remember that I used to be able to remember that, if that makes any sense at all. So I want to know, do you have any memories of being in the womb or being born, or what was your earliest memory? Please comment below. I am really curious. I'm especially interested to find other people like me who remember being in the womb, because I think, I've been thinking of making this Facebook group and calling it hashtag we remember or something like that, because I think there's this hidden group of thousands of us throughout the world that have clear memories of being in the womb. And I think Sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to reading comments of people sharing their earliest childhood memories or pre-birth memories. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in our next video. Thanks so much.